Balance beam fall still evident on her face. She might have had a good floor exercise, but she's not real happy right now.
How about that turn?
Well, I think she realized that she needed this exercise, and hopefully it'll move her that much closer to the top. This is her final tumbling pass. Really impressive. A full twisting double back after a long minute and 30 seconds of floor exercise routine and tumbling. That's tough to do.
Hey, beautiful day.
Well, responding to adversity like a champion, being consoled by one of her coaches, Peggy Liddick. She responds with a 9.825 floor exercise. Well, no frowns here. That's a happy face, isn't it? The leader, Dominique Moceanu, who has been bouncing all over New Orleans this week. Here's Marianne Grabavoy.
Well, thank you, Tom. You know, after the 1992 Olympics, Bela Karolyi retired. He left the sport. He was disappointed that Kim Zmeskal was an Olympic champion. He was bitter with the judging. He was angry at the sport of gymnastics. Well, last June, the man who coached Nadia and Mary Lou came back to coach Kim Zmeskal, but she wasn't ready for this competition. And now it's a year before the Olympics. Kim's not here, but Bela is. And now the only other athlete he trains is Dominique Moceanu. She's a gift, really, this little girl. This gift arrives at a time when it seems gymnastics has lost its little girls. Maybe, just maybe, this little gift will give us what Nadia gave us. And maybe Nadia senses that too. They share Bela Karolyi, the man who makes little girls' dreams come true. After Barcelona, he retreated to his ranch, built a lake with his own hands. Maybe the water would wash away his anger and bitterness. He believed his beloved Kimbo should have been Olympic champion. But here she sits, 3 years later, staring at that lake, thinking of what might have been. The Olympics should never be a nightmare, but it's all made up of moments. So 2 years after the Olympics, Kim Zmeskal returned to the camp of her childhood dreams. She asked Bela to change the nightmare back into a dream.
That was the moment when I said, well, just forget everything else. There is one more great run. It's worth it to do it. It's worth it for the kids. It's worth it for the general idea of the Olympic Games. And I said, let's do it. If I'm doing it, let's do it right.
No, Kimbo, ready? Let's do one more time.
So side by side they train, one a veteran with the scars to prove it, the other an innocent whose own Olympic story is about to unfold.
Pirouette was pretty good.
I see so much in her that I remember from myself, you know, everything being really new and, you know, looking forward to everything. So it's really exciting for me to be able to watch her, too.
Watch your back handspring. Strong, strong, strong. Punch it. And face. Face. All right.
This little spark, she is something else. She is the one who really lighted up our late coaching career. It's a smiling, communicative, young individual, the one whose little mouth is non-stop saying something, commenting something, goes ups and downs. He's just a very, very human being.
It's fun, you know, the competitions, people clapping, cheering for you. And I'm all, you know, excited and happy to be there.
And in one autograph session, which we held as a send-out of '92 Olympic game theme, there she comes, Dominique Moceanu. And when the little paper of the people get to her, she signs, Dominique Moceanu, Olympic all-around champion, Atlanta 96, for sure.
Well, I was only 10, and, you know, I went to my first exhibition, and I didn't know any better, but, you know, everybody's like, oh, you're going to go to Olympics? I was like, hope so, yeah. And so I wrote 96 Olympics for sure.
Here is that young tiger, the one who wants to tear down the mountain.
So tonight, this tiger sets out to tear down the mountain. She wants to do it the way Mary Lou did. Bella trains his little tiger the same way he trained Mary Lou, the same way he trained Nadia 20 years ago, thousands of miles away in Romania.
Dominique is the leader, perhaps tonight realizing that great potential, and Bella had said they didn't want her to have too much success too early, wanted to bring her along slowly, and the comparisons to Nadia Comaneci are many and valid.
And Dominique loves the comparisons that have been made to Nadia. She finds it a great compliment, calls Nadia regularly for advice on her gymnastics.
Good.
It's a great event for Dominique. Does some huge gymnastics elements.
All the way out. Good. Hello.
She just floats this release move.
Yeah.
Watch. Whoa.
Very nice.
Not just one, but here comes the second release skill. Great job in choreographing this whole routine. The first half looked absolutely huge, and she'll cap it off with the big dismount double layout.
What a reaction from Bella and the crowd. It looked to me to be absolutely flawless.
Woo. Beautiful routine, super difficulty, and she handles the pressure.
When Shannon Miller saw it, you see her reaction.
One of her most improved events. You know, she may only be 4'5", but she just explodes on this apparatus. Take a look at the dismount. It was huge. Double layout, well above the high bar. Lots of airtime there. Perfect form, and just plants it.
That 70 pounds never wavered on the landing. She stuck for a 9.825. Now Dominique Dawes, after the compulsories, in 6th place and beginning her climb up the standings. Defending all-around champion.
You know, Tom, not as crisp as we've seen Dominique on this event. One of her strongest events, just wasn't as explosive. Of course, she has a nagging injury to her wrist, doesn't really get the push off the horse that we're used to seeing. As a result, has some stumbles on the landing.
Wow. 9.95 for Dominique Dawes, and big score there. You saw the form in the air and then the hop on the landing, but there is a tricky little rule just at this competition that if she does a certain amount of vaults in a certain way, she gets a 10th bonus added on. That's why the score's so big.
So obviously the first vault was better of the two. She had another hop on the landing there, and the first vault, 9.95, will count.
Well, Tom, it will be the first vault, the score that will carry over. The second vault Dominique performed didn't quite have the same start value, a little bit lower.
Shannon Miller, almost a look of hopelessness on her face. She did manage to gain a little ground with her floor exercise, and after 2 rotations, Dominique remains the leader. Is that an insurmountable lead with Shannon in second place?
Well, to put it in perspective, that lead is about a fall away.
Dominique on the beam when we return.